And we're back with TSPN, the Supervisor Richard Forster with your Board of Supervisors Meeting report from August 11, 2015. Just a couple of items on the agenda today, but important items. Dylan George was in on the first item with the Community Pipeline Safety Initiative. Mr. George is the local government relations representative for PG&E. This is following another meeting that PG&E requested. Mr. George, along with other people with PG&E involved with the Community Pipeline Safety Initiative. Some of those people were their hired professional arborist that is working with them. Ed Struffenegger is a professional forester, local gentleman that's working with them. But this is a program fully funded by PG&E, not part of the ratepayers' responsibility as they see it, because PG&E looks at it that we haven't gone far enough in protecting people with the pipeline safety when it comes to gas pipelines. As most people know, there's been at least one catastrophic failure of a pipeline, explosion, loss of life, loss of property, but there have been others too. So PG&E is moving forward now with an outreach campaign by mail and face-to-face, talking to people personally about what they have to do for pipeline safety. What this program involves is them going out into the community, identifying where their pipelines are. They haven't been as diligent as they should be, according to Mr. George. So now they're taking the next step, doing an analysis, figuring out where those pipelines are in relation to other foliage, primarily trees and larger trees that are growing. What happens is those trees grow and the roots get down, surround the pipeline. We had pictures during the presentation that show this. Some of the trees are big enough where the roots actually envelop the pipeline, and as they grow, they squeeze the pipeline and could crimp it and could actually cause those punctures where you might get the gas release and then the resulting situation of possibly an explosion take place. So with that, they have started their outreach campaign. They are going out into the community and doing pressure testing on the gas transmission pipelines, installation of automated gas valves, replacing of transmission lines where they find that's needed, and also leak surveying. You might be aware they have sniffers that actually pick up the gas that is being released. They're also installing pipeline markers, making it more easily seen by local people that are doing construction, by government, city, county, and our utilities that need to know where those pipelines are. But the goal here is to prevent the tree roots from going down, so they are working actively with our community. Primarily, they met with myself the first time, Aaron Bruce Torrey, our Community Development Director, and our CAO to tell us what was going on. Most of the activity is in District 2, but and that's where the pipelines, the 60 PSI or 60 pounds per square inch, primarily are located there, and District 4 is where this is going on. So if they have to go into your property, take out trees, they're going to talk to you before. They're going to talk about restoration. What are they going to do as far as any landscaping that's needed after that to make it so that you are basically made whole if a tree has to come out. So thank you to PG&E for taking the extra step and moving forward for the protection of our residents in Amador County and elsewhere. Next up, we had an update on the Dollar General project that's going on in Buckhorn area. This is of major concern to the residents of that area, but Simon CRE, the project developer, submitted comments. They have applied for a building permit. Building plans have been submitted by the county to Coastland, our outside plan check contractor. They are expected in about 4 weeks to come back with their preliminary comments on the project. But Simon Cree, on behalf of Dollar General, has submitted an encroachment permit application, grading permit application, draft drainage report, and a draft traffic impact study and a geotechnical engineering report. This is located on Meadow Vista Drive in Buckhorn. And the biggest part that I see on this is the traffic impact study that's also been sent forward to Caltrans for their review. There is a meeting at 9 o'clock this coming week on the 13th at the location on Meadow Vista Drive with Caltrans. Some of the items that Simon Cree, the developer, commented on were the restrooms, the lighting, landscaping, drainage. All of these issues came up in a previous discussion. The building design, the prototype store design is not going to be utilized here according to the developer. They're going with a new store design that they feel fits more in the area based on the comments. They talked about deliveries and community benefits. All that will be included in the record, and if you want to hear more of that, go on our county website. You can hear that report. But we had a lot of good comments at the meeting. The most important, I think, again, was on the traffic and the impacts on the intersection of Highway 88 there. So they will be looking at that. Our planning department, this is a ministerial action, and we'll be talking about that. Our administrative agency, we talked about use of one-time money, $2.5 million. Sounds like a lot of money. This money is coming from the triple flip reimbursement, the sale of our county courthouse, the old county courthouse, state reimbursement of mandates. Someone commented to me that it's amazing how fast you went through $2.5 million. Well, when you have costs like this, they're one-time funds. They need to be used for one-time items. So the recommendations at the end of the day were to go with New York Ranch Road, Ridge Road intersection improvements. There, $400,000 to make that project whole. Crew quarters for our road crew. The building is basically falling down, so $150,000 there. We put $500,000 towards road repairs and road paving. Library repairs at our Jackson branch of the library, $400,000 to put an ADA accessible bathroom there. At the DA's office, HVAC system, we'll have a new one there because the old one is basically non-operable, almost to that point. The office exterior needs a lot of work, so you're going to have another $326,000 going into there. Probation officer carpet, $30,000. OPEB, other post-employee benefits, $290,000, and then small projects, $400,000. So that's it for the $2.5 million. And that's all the time I have. If you have any questions or want to access any of this information, go to our county website or call 223-6470 at the